what's poppin', y'all? Andrew Wilson annihilates woke black scholar in brutal debate. He humiliates him, so let's see how that goes. According to that, we know how that goes. Let's get it. They always say that, but let's go.
Is it just your position that you're just going to go educate the masses? You're just going to educate them into everyone they then become married to them? Or did you have some teeth behind that? Did you have something you were going to legislate or move towards? Did you have something like that? Or is it just, you're just going to go out and word salad them to death?
Andrew Wilson utterly destroys this woke black activist in this heated debate over force doctrine, showing this scholar is completely out of his league against Andrew Wilson, as Andrew uses simple logic to prove this guy's argument totally uneducated, while proving he even agrees with Andrew but is too blind to see it. Let's get in.
Yeah, how are they going to get rid of OnlyFans without force, bro? How?
You just you just make it illegal.
Oh, and what happens? What happens if people do something that's illegal?
You go to jail.
Oh, so then force. Got it. So you're saying that you want to use the force of the state.
I want to do that.
Yeah, yes, you just said it, bro.
I want to do that.
You just said it twice.
You asked the question that said,
sorry, bro.
No.
That's the end of the debate. That's it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You just did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. You want to use force of the government to enforce your worldview. That's what you just said.
I don't even want to talk to the government.
Okay, then tell me, how is it that the government's going to get rid of OnlyFans again?
All you've done in your so-called interrogation of me is ask the weirdest Epstein Island questions ever. And then you want me to... I didn't
ask you anything about Epstein Island once. You just lied again.
You want me to...
You just lied again.
I would force the government after I said I wouldn't go to the government. So in your...
No, you just contradicted yourself again. You said you would.
Hypothetical question, I answered it. So I do have a question.
I want y'all to know that, I know that the person who did this video knows nothing about Captain Tazariak, and he's the furthest thing from woke. Furthest thing from woke. First things first. However, though, this might be a good conversation. I'm going to listen to it. But Captain Tazariak, he's a Hebrew Israelite, first things first. He's the furthest thing from woke. I'm just letting y'all know that. But, I mean, he technically considerably could be considered woke, but he don't agree with none of that woke shit. Trust me, not Tazariak.
You didn't actually answer it. And so the thing is here's the thing that's so interesting. You're saying, you again, performative contradiction. Do you want to use force to oppose your worldview using the government? No. I want the government to get rid of OnlyFans. That would be an imposition of your worldview using force. And how did I demonstrate that? Hang on. How did I demonstrate that? Hang on. How did I demonstrate that? I proved it by saying, how is it that they could get rid of OnlyFans without force? You said making it illegal. What happens to people do illegal things? They go to jail. That's force. That's the entailment of the position. You lost, sir. That's the end of that. Your imposition of your worldview that you don't want to impose due to force is actually you wanting to impose your worldview by force. Do you realize you contradicted yourself?
Okay, I just want to respond, and then I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
My initial answer said, I do not want to force the government to do anything. And then I said, I prefer that the government lives according to God's laws, but I wouldn't force them. And then, the same way you asked a hypothetical question about one of my wives unaliving...
To finish the debate right now, I promise. Go ahead.
I'm interrupting.
No, I just want to show you. You're going to finish the debate right now. Go ahead. I'll show you.
Same way you asked a hypothetical question that never will happen about my wife, you asked another hypothetical question that never will happen.
The government can't get rid of OnlyFans?
Yeah. So now my question to you...
Wait, hang on. So then I'll follow up this last one then. Last one. So then, what is it, if you're unwilling to use force for your worldview and approach the government for any top-down policies whatsoever, what is it that you're bringing to the table that we don't already have in this degenerate West? What is it that you're bringing to the table since everybody can already do what you do?
Businesses everywhere are turning to Gusto for payroll, benefits, and more. Save time.
They already can. Is it just your position that you're just going to go educate the masses? You're just going to educate them into everyone they then become married to them? Or did you have some teeth behind that? Did you have something you were going to legislate or move towards? Did you have something like that? Or is it just, you're just going to go out and word salad them to death?
First of all, let me know in the comments if you agree with Andrew Wilson that we need to get rid of and ban OnlyFans, of which I do absolutely agree. OnlyFans got to go. That is just wrecking people's lives, and especially young people. But this guy, I mean, this is a great example of what's wrong with the woke left. Like, this is basic, simple logic. So many of these scholars, so many of these degree holders and all this, they think themselves so much smarter than they actually are because they've been learning from stupid people and woke liberals that just want to chant activism but don't have any actual skills. It's the blind leading the blind, and it has been for decades now. And then now you get people like this who can't even follow simple, basic logic. Like, bro, you are agreeing with Andrew Wilson the entire time on this really basic argument, and yet you don't even get it. You don't even get it.
I don't get it either. What's the argument? That OnlyFans needs to go? Okay. Andrew has, I don't know, Apostle, I don't know you, but I like your stuff. But Andrew has a way of arguing, of debating pointless shit. Like, you could be debating a topic about abortion, and he'll start talking about, what about dead people that need to be brought back to life? And it'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, we were talking about abortion. And then he'll jump to all these hypothetical situations that are either an exception to the conversation of what we're talking about or anomalies that'll never even happen. That's how he debates. So to some people, it sounds like he's winning the debate, but really he's not doing nothing but making stupid non sequiturs. Like, consistently. Like, that's literally like Andrew Wilson's style of debating. No disrespect to that, but I think if Andrew Wilson stayed on the topic in a lot of these conversations, the left would destroy him in conversation. He's not the best debater on the left. I give that more to Ben Shapiro. I think Ben Shapiro is a lot better than he is. I also think Jordan Peterson is a lot better than he is. But I don't think Jordan Peterson considers himself on the right. But either which way, like he said, he made a hypothetical about his wife that would never happen. Then he made a hypothetical about the government banning OnlyFans, which would never happen. Like, those are two hypotheticals that are necessary. They're just pointless. Like, I don't know. But let's talk.
And you can see it in all the sorts of debates. And this is why so many people on the left don't want to actually debate, because they always get destroyed. They think themselves smarter than what they actually are, and they get humiliated when they actually have a conversation. But hit that like button and notification bell if you're enjoying the video. And if you want to help support the channel, check out the link in the description, and let's get back in.
I'm actually...
Well, I got another question, though, Apostle. Do you think, like, and I first of all, I'll debate, but I'm not really technically on the left, but I'll debate anybody. First things first. And secondly, like, what about destiny? What about, there are many debaters on the left. I can't even think of the names right now. I'm about to go down the list, but there are plenty of debaters that would be considered on the left that would probably mop the floor with a lot of these people. A lot of the right. Like, you know, I mean, same thing like with, I don't know, there are good debaters on the right, though. I can't argue that point, but I don't think they're scared to debate, man. I don't think so.
Great at what I do, and polygamous and monogamous people do anything they want right now.
That's right.
I would never.
And the West is still degenerate.
I still got to get interrupted. Who's the child?
The West is still degenerate, bro.
We'll play the game of talking over each other.
Yeah, go ahead. I won't interrupt you. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Y'all got it.
But go ahead.
Andrew yielded. Go ahead.
So now, I will never force the government to obey God, because the government will never obey God. So your hypothetical question was answered, but it wasn't my answer. It's your hypothetical question. What I do is exactly what you said. It's what Christ did. Christ didn't force no government to follow him. He taught, and he was good at it. That's why the disciples did it. So I do the same exact thing. I teach to my people the value of sex. No force. And you know what? I'm good at it. So I don't have to force nobody. So now I have a question for you.
So now, hang on. I'll just let you go.
No. Now he's going to interrupt him. But that was the best point in the whole conversation. He didn't force anything. You're talking about forced doctrine while being a Christian. He's a Christian, right? Jesus didn't force anybody to follow him. He doesn't force anybody to still follow him. You can come to him if you so choose to. That was his point. That doesn't sound like that got destroyed in this conversation, in my opinion.
Just let you go. I'm just going to respond. You can ask your question. So here's my response. Okay. Very simple, right? I asked you this question. What are you doing any different than what's already being practiced in the West. And you know what you just told me? Nothing. Nothing. You are not offering anybody anything new. The same. You're promising them that the government's going to continue to come over, going to continue to enforce degeneracy, it's going to continue to do all these horrible things under your system because you ain't got the balls to use force. You ain't got the balls to make any legislative changes. Nothing. You're just going to speak them to death. The reason that just lost you the...
Neither did Jesus. Jesus didn't have the balls to do that either. Neither does God. Clearly doesn't have the balls to do it either. To use that on him, you'd have to use the same logic when it comes to what you believe. In religion, clearly the West, to some degree, you have to believe, Andrew, is becoming degenerate to some degree. According to what, like, I hear Andrew say, like, the woke is taking over. The woke is completely, controlling the conversation in this country. If that's what's really happening, then, and no force doctrine is stopping it at all, what's to stop it? What Tazariak is talking about? Teaching the right way to do things. But what is the right or wrong way to do things, right? That would be the question then. But I mean, if you believe in what you believe in, you shouldn't be talking anything about force doctrine.
The debate is because when you say polygyny in the West is what's going to save the West, we already have mass polygyny in the West. We already have the same. We have people banging everybody all over the place. We already have that. It's not saving, right? And you are not offering anybody anything new. You're literally offering the status quo. You're offering them the status quo. You get exactly the same you've always gotten under your worldview. Oh. And that's why you, sir, and polygyny is not going to save the West. Polygyny. And neither are Hebrew Israelites. You got nothing to offer. Nothing.
Yeah, like Andrew Wilson said, this guy is simply offering the status quo. And the status quo is exactly what cannot continue. With birth rates, with the way society is going, this status quo cannot continue. And if you're going to be so blind as to simply offer the same garbage that's already been spewing out, like that's one thing with the left is like so many of them are so degenerate, they don't even recognize it. They don't even recognize it. They walk right through it, and to them it's even worse, but they don't even notice they're swimming in shit themselves. They're absolutely blind to it. And then they just want to regurgitate it as if this is going to improve the situation. And no, it's not. Andrew Wilson is 100% correct. Like him, others, you have nothing to teach and nothing to offer. People need a new path. They need a better path. They need to get away from all this crap, all this degeneracy, all this leftism, and get their heads out of the gutter. But thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about what Andrew Wilson had to say.
I think, Apostle, no disrespect to you. I like you a lot. I like your stuff. But you need to go watch the whole entire debate. I think you do, because I think you missed what you're saying right now. Like, they're talking about polygamy. Is polygamy good for the West, right? So I didn't watch the debate either, but I think you do need to watch the whole debate, because it sounds like you're missing part of it. If they're debating what polygamy was, it was acceptable in the Bible. So in the Older Testament, the Newer Testament, I'm not 100% for certain. I'm not 100% for certain. I think maybe not in the Newer Testament, but in the Older Testament, it was accepted. Hebrew Israelites, they believe that they are the chosen people. They are the Jewish people that the Bible talks about. They are the Jewish people that the Bible talks about that came from that land. So them believing in that, they follow a lot of them only follow Old Testament principles. They don't believe that the law, statute, commandments, the 613 commandments that were in the Bible were removed. So they think they're still in that law. So with them being within that, they think that they still got to follow some of those rules from that law. And that's basically what he's getting at. So if Andrew is a Christian, then there should be nothing that he really has to say besides debating him on whether or not the Bible talks about polygamy actually being effective. But I would assume, Apostle, just like I think Andrew would, and I don't know if you're a Christian or not, and same thing with Tazariak probably would, because they're all Christians. All of them are Christians except Tazariak. He's Hebrew Israelite, but they believe in the same goddamn book. But to every degree, I know all of them would believe that the Bible comes over everything else, and that those are the teachings that should be taught amongst society. So if you're arguing against that, to be honest, Tazariak is no left anything. Like, he does not believe in shit about the left. The only reason he even thinks of the idea of polygamy being good is because it was a concept in the Bible. Straightforward. But I'm ended with that, man. And you reach out, man. We can have a conversation. I don't mind. We could have a debate. That would set that up. That'd be nice. People might like that. But anyways, I'm out. Peace.